made a noise.
Looks like he got it. There's a timer going on.
You want to go down there, Jason, so we can hear him?
No, I'm fine. When people want to speak, we'll just have them come around.
Okay.
Okay, so it started for the licensing board meeting for February 1st, 2016. Can I get a motion to open the meeting?
I make a motion to open the meeting.
I'll second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. So we do not have our clerk here today, so looks like I'm going to be the clerk. It's fine. However, I'm a clerk without my piece of paper. Great. Can I have one of your little pieces?
You can have the whole
I don't
thing.
want the whole thing. So we do not believe we have our minutes. And what we do have, however, is a sign-in sheet. If you all would, can we start with you and just pass it around, please? Get a pen? Just give it back. There you go. No. Okay, so first on the agenda, well, to start with, I guess, just to let everyone know, the agenda is going to change a little bit. First off, we have the Legion Club, then Bliss, Stonecutters, East Hampton Rod and Gun, Northampton Radio, Knights of Columbus, and the January 4th meeting approval of those minutes, which I do not see, so we'll take it. We may not go in exact order, but to get started, is there anyone here who's not already on our agenda who has any pressing business they'd like to bring before? Okay. So we're going to get started with the Legion Club of East Hampton change of manager. So can we get someone from the Legion Club, please? Hi there. You step up, please. Just have a seat. And just state your name for the record, please.
Gil Verillo.
Diane Conwood.
Hi, can I have a seat,
I'll let you use my pen.
Sure.
Okay. All right, so, Gil, what's going on here?
Change of managers.
That's it?
Yep.
Okay, I see that we have the checklist here. Everything is filled out. We have a check. So the former manager was who?
Zygmunt Warnick.
Okay. New manager Diane Condon. Is that
Yes,
you?
yes.
Do you have another sign-up sheet?
Yes, we do. Okay. Very much. So how long have you been with the Legion?
Oh, 9.5 years.
9.5 years. In what capacity?
Bartender.
Bartender.
I don't have any question.
Gil, do you have anything you want to add?
Nothing for me, just
All right, we have a check in hand, and you don't have any questions, Brad?
No, what's with the other managers? You stepping down or
Retired,
retired? That's fine.
his wife died.
Okay, I make a motion that we approve.
I'll second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, so you'll be getting, either, because our clerk is absent, you'll be getting something either in the mail or if you want to call tomorrow. I know she's sick, she left on, she was sick today, so she may not be in tomorrow. But just leave her a message or an email or however you would correspond with her to get all this information from the change manager. She'll get all the paperwork ready for you, be ready to go.
Has to go to the state first, right?
Yes, so she'll make sure everything is submitted, and if you have any questions.
Yep,
Okay,
got it.
thank you.
Thank you.
Have a great evening.
I can still sit around and observe, can I?
I won't prevent you from doing that. Okay. So next. We have Bliss.
Yes.
Application for an entertainment license for 2016.
Correct.
Can we get your name for the record, please?
It's Clark Matthews Jr.
So, could you explain to us what you're planning on doing?
The request would be for entertainment, limited to 1 or 2 people, just acoustic, nothing really more than that, at the cafe on Cottage Street.
Didn't we make a,
No.
no, about what I'm putting down on the lake as entertainment license, whatever.
We haven't necessarily.
Oh, we have, okay.
So, what are the hours that you plan on doing this? Having entertainment?
Right now, we close at 6 o'clock, other than Art Walk, which we stay open till 8, so we're not open on Sunday, we would not be open past 8 p.m.
And I'm sorry, the days that you're not open are?
We're not open Sunday, we're open Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, currently 11 to 4, 11 to 6, Friday, Saturday.
And you said only acoustic music?
Everybody all signed in? Sorry. Yes.
Now, would this acoustic music be amplified in any way?
I don't think there'd be any need. It's a small space, it's about 1,000 square feet, and they would be performing in the window
Okay,
to the front of the building.
I see.
Without the kitchen, there's probably, I don't know, 600 square feet or so total.
Make a motion to approve it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Again, as our clerk is out, I can't give you formal instructions as far as paperwork are. Right now, she handles all of that.
Okay.
So, if you want to give her a buzz or email her tomorrow,
Okay.
she'll get everything in line for you, so that will be all set.
I think she did ask that I bring a check. I can
Oh,
leave
I'm
that
sorry.
with you.
Glad you mentioned that.
Take instructions somewhat well.
Yeah.
My wife's involved.
Actually, it's fine. You don't have to give us a check right now.
Okay.
why don't you wait and give it to her, because then she'll be able to more efficiently give you some sort of receipt.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
All right, I'll just make a note, email her tomorrow, and tell her that you.
Okay, okay, thank you.
Yeah, go take a left all the way down. Okay, we'll start with. All right, so we've got special one-day licenses. We have 4 in front of us here. They're not in the order that they're on the list here, so I'm doing the order of the pile. First up, East Hampton Rod and Gun Club.
Hi there,
State your name correctly, please.
John P. Grigorevich. Hi.
Always nice to see you, especially now it means.
Summer's coming.
Well, summer's coming. It means the ice isn't frozen.
No, that's right.
Told you it doesn't work.
That's why I like seeing you here. 'Cause usually-
Hey, I don't mind it at all. I don't mind it at all.
Groundhog Day.
Yeah, right. I don't mind it at all
This
either.
means that, winter is practically over. when you
I know, we don't have a very good batting average.
No, you don't. All right, so just please briefly explain to us what you're doing.
We just have an ice fishing derby, and I guess my question would be, if granted the permit, could we postpone it or use it towards our spring derby? If not,
When you mean use it, you mean the fee use it towards? Well, I don't see why not. I think it would probably be cleaner if we give you the check back.
oh, sure, I don't mind reapplying and everything
Yeah, I would
else,
think that
but
would be better to do that.
there was an issue with that at one time with a different commissioner.
Oh,
He's not here anymore.
I know it, so
Yeah.
I'm just,
Yeah, Billy was a stickler with those things. But I don't see any reason why.
I don't see any.
I thought last year that, correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought last year you were going to do 2,
correct.
and you decided, but the reason you did 2 was in case you couldn't do 1.
No, it was, that was with a sister club or another club that was, a lot of our members belong to South Hadley Fishing Game, and their clubhouse is landlocked, so they would use ours. So I would just get a permit for theirs, but we're starting to go our separate ways. They're just internal reasons for
Okay.
not bothering to have them here.
Okay, so this is just for the 2 days,
Yes.
February 13th and February 14th.
Which doesn't look very good.
I'm sorry. That's unreal.
Yeah, I know it, but
Now, on the application, it says on the 13th, it's 6 a.m. to 10 p.m.
we start at 6,
Right.
so liquor, you can't do it you can't serve till a certain time.
Right.
We're under that, we realize that.
Okay.
And our cutoff time is at 10, quiet time, neighbors, we don't want to, out in the middle of winter, nobody's gonna be outside
Right.
raising the hoopla, I hope.
Just fishermen.
Ice fishermen, those derbies are quiet. They usually bring their own.
My son-in-law does them all the time.
They usually do their own stuff out on the ice,
Yeah.
and we just pay out the money.
And on the following day, it's 6 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Correct. Derby ends at 2.
Because I seem to remember also that last year that you changed the hours from when you normally had them. Was
Right.
it just that the shorter hours on the second day, which is a Sunday?
Yes,
Is that what, that's the same this year?
yes. Yeah, just till 2 o'clock. That's when the Derby ends, so that's when our permit is fine.
Members now that are to certified.
Yes. I didn't think the need for,
That many?
well, no, to bring the validation of that.
No, I
But
think I'm just making comment on it.
yes, we do. Yeah, we actually we even have a DPIB unit at the club now. So anybody on the head table has to be certified in case of a need arises.
That's good. Ray, have you any questions?
Not at all. Seeing they're here all the time. We've never had a problem with you guys.
No, we try to police ourselves
Yeah.
and
So I make a motion, we grant it.
Scott, favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We have a check here.
all right, and I'll see Nikki on that.
So did you ever end up actually having it last year?
Yes, I think we did. It was later on. But
You gonna sign here?
Oh, I'm sorry.
yeah, last year it was even harder with Mother Nature because of so much snow that was out there. The sleds couldn't go out there, the quads couldn't go out there. It was trudging it was serious work to get out there. And when it doesn't turn into fun, why do it?
Especially when it's cold.
Oh, well, the camaraderie and out on the ice, it's a good time.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Take care.
Gentlemen, ladies, have a nice evening.
I'll be over next week for that supper.
All right.
Take care.
Oh, yeah, in advance.
He's a nice guy.
Okay, next up, we have Northampton Radio Group, 15 Hampton Avenue, Northampton, for a special one-day license rate for 30th. Yep, that is. State your name for the record.
Mark Wisconsin.
Spell that last name.
Lattani.
Oh, that's you? Oh! Okay. And so, explain to us what
It's a beer festival in the East Coast Building. This is our third year doing it in that location. It's on April 30th, and the hours are serving every 4 to 7 p.m.
That looked like you were saying.
So that, like I said, we've done it three years in a row, no incidents that I'm aware of. We hired a police officer from the city of East Hampton to be on site to keep an eye on things. We provide all the tips paperwork from the breweries and the distributors that come.
Thank you very much.
And the Sarah insurance paperwork is there as well.
Now, where is that? What's the name here?
Oh, so the Eastworks building?
Oh, Eastwood,
Yeah,
okay.
there's a space all the way on the left side that isn't typically open, but it's a big room that they are renting out now for events like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, we always ask this, and is that, so that's at where the old Apollo was?
Next to it.
Next
So,
to it.
yeah, there's a wall when you walk in at the end where the Apollo was, and there are doors on the left that are never really open. That's the space you open it up, and it's a huge space. Thousands of square feet. You only use about a third of it
Oh, wow.
for the event.
What's the event for?
It's called the Eagle Beer Fest. It's a celebration of local breweries, and so we invite all local beer makers to come sample out their beer. Plus, we have a couple of distributors who look to bring in some microbrews from around the country and the world.
Wow. sounds interesting.
It's fun.
And wine and beer is being provided by various,
Yeah, various local breweries and distributors
and being served by
by their staff.
their stuff. Yeah. So by certified stuff.
Yes.
So they'll have just various booths with their names on it.
Yeah, tables, you know, with the names and bottles or kegs, depending on how they put these on to.
Okay, make a motion that we grant the license.
Second that. All in favor?
Aye.
I also have to check with, if you want me to keep it, like, with the previous gentleman and bring it back. Or if you want-
If you require, the only reason I add John, because John is used to dealing with Nikki, but if you want to leave it, you can. If you want a receipt, you're gonna have to get it from her.
I'd rather leave it, that way I don't forget and not do it.
That's fine. You should contact her tomorrow, or, as well. Okay.
All right.
Thank you very much. Have a great evening.
You too.
Okay, next up, Knights of Columbus, 33 Adams Street. Good. State your name for the record, please.
Thomas Gallagher.
Good. So, give us a outline of where you're going.
Yeah, this will be like 12th, 13th year in a row we've done a St. Patrick's Day dinner. Usually, we used to do it in the evenings, but now we're doing it on Sunday afternoons, 12 to 4.
Right.
Beer and wine only. About 120, 130 people probably.
Corned beef cabbage?
Corned beef and cabbage.
All right.
Or baked stuffed chicken if you don't like corned beef.
Nah, quit that.
I eat the chicken.
All right. You eat the chicken, I'll eat all the corned beef. I love that.
Yeah, Hamill's catered.
Well, okay, make a motion, we approve it.
Favor?
Aye.
It's not till March, but I realize your next meeting won't be till like
March.
well, six days before the event, so I
Right.
thought I'd get it in a little early.
No.
Very good, thank you.
No, I said a lot.
I will.
All right. Done?
Take care.
Thank you. Say it?
Oh, sorry. We do have the minute. Okay, next up, we have Stone Cutters Chapter of Widow Sons.
We are here, yep.
Okay, could you come around, please?
Sure. Grab some stuff. Well, go ahead and do it.
No, go ahead.
Yeah. Good evening, gentlemen.
Hello.
So, could you just state your name for the record? Your name is?
Yeah, it'd be Marshall Seibel III, S-E-I-B-O-L-D III.
Michael Perrier.
Christopher Clown.
Two more.
Hi, I'm Kristen Delancey.
Okay, so if one or all of you could explain to us exactly what this event is.
Well, it's going to start, well, it's obviously, you might have the dates in front of you. It's on May 1st.
May 1st.
It is at Fort Hill Brewery. Kristen is here with us. She's a representative of Fort Hill.
Okay.
We are the Stonecutters chapter of Widows Sons. We propose to have a ride that leaves East Hampton at 11 o'clock in the morning and returns about 1:30ish, maybe as late as 2, depending on how everything breaks out as far as the ride goes. So basically, the event is going to run from 2 to 6, right? Or am I wrong?
You're right.
I'm sorry, no, 10 to 6. But the ride, when everybody's gone, for the most part, all the motorcycle riders that'll be out of town. So when do they start pouring? Are they going to start pouring it?
They're going to start
10 or
pouring
11?
at 10 o'clock. I mean, because it's open to the public.
All right, so we got to call it 10 to 6 then.
Okay, because the license here is saying 12 to 6.
Like, whatever their license is allowed to pour. It's 12 to 6, I think.
Okay.
Then if that's what it is,
And
that's what it is.
But the festival itself will begin at 10, because we're going to have vendors inside the grounds. The festival itself is an awareness festival. It's to draw attention to all the local charities in the region, such as
The Shrine, right side for children and families.
Great House in Springfield for children, the veterans,
The Legion, American Legion will probably be
the
there.
child abuse, T.J. O'Connor, the animal shelter. There's so many lists that I think we already have like 11 confirmed charities that are going to be there representing themselves to bring awareness to their charities. We gave them free booths to hand out pamphlets and bring awareness to their charities. If there's more that want to join in, they just have to contact us and we'll give them a free space. That's basically what this whole festival is about. Any money that we raise at this festival, we are going to divide evenly to those charities, distribute it to them throughout the summer. So
We're a 501c3 organization, so I mean, that's kind of self-explanatory. But that's what we are, we're a charitable outfit.
So when they have their event that they're advertising at our event, we go to it and we present them a check.
It's a fundraiser.
That's all this is, yes.
I think it's very nice.
It's what we did last year. It went over great. Only this is on a larger scale because we couldn't handle it.
Where did you do it last year?
Pulaski Club.
Oh, in Pulaski.
We had too many people, we had to turn them away.
I think I remember that.
Yeah.
We had no problems there at all.
No, we didn't have to go through any of this.
Yeah.
So we're also in receipt of a letter from the planning department regarding this, that was given to me when we came in here, so please give me a moment. Got it. I'm sorry, we just, we're giving out letters. Okay, so, sorry.
No, go ahead.
So we're in receipt of a letter from the planning board that does not really have any, doesn't have any objections at all to it, saying that as far as they're concerned, it does not violate their special permit that was awarded in 2015. We did, however, have a couple of concerns regarding noise and traffic. We'll get to that in a moment, but if you could just, one thing that did catch my eye is about the outdoor entertainment that you'll be providing. So if you could explain that to me, and if you can, maybe the representative you're from Fort Hill? What's your name again, I'm sorry?
Kristen.
Kristen?
Yeah.
And maybe Kristen could help us out with this, is how you're going to handle the outdoor entertainment.
I'll explain. The entertainment that we had hired is a cover band, and they were advertising it as a concert because we want people to come. It's really just like any other band that you're going to see anywhere else in a bar or wherever. We spent the money and we got a tent, the big tents that you get at Taylor, not Taylor, but we're hiring locally as much as we can. So we went over to the Southampton place and we rented the tents over there, which was a pretty penny. It's got the backing and everything to keep the sound. Kristen sent us a copy of the layout of the place, and we've actually scoped out the place very well. And we understand all the problems that they've gone through to get where they are now. So we looked at the layout. So what we're going to do, our idea is to kitty corner the band at that entrance. Like say, I wish I had the layout, but anyways, it's away from the houses. Here's the street. Here's the homes over here. Here's Fort Hill. So Fort Hill comes up this way. Here's their little driveway here. So you come up into the parking lot. And there's a road that comes up this way. Here's the field and so on. And these are the houses. And not the yards. But anyway, we were going to kitty corner the stage right over here. So all the sound is going to be going out to the woods. All the sound is going this way. So there's, and this has got it back to the tent. So really, they might get a little bit of, they're not going to get a lot. And besides that, it's between the hours of 10 and 6. Well, actually 2. The band's not going to start until 2:30.
Okay.
So they're playing between 2:30 and 5.
Okay.
So they're talking 3 hours.
So really, there's no law that says you can't make a lot of noise between 2:30 and 5 that I'm aware of.
Okay.
And I
But-
would just note that our special permit allows us to have outdoor amplified music between the hours of 2 to 8 p.m., I believe. So it is within that time
Yeah.
period.
So what you're saying is that the, I'll try to draw on my memory.
Okay.
Not
Yeah,
an urban artist.
I think you would be.
I don't know about that. So my recollection is the driveway comes more here.
Their driveway
and the
there.
Parking lot here, and there's
Right.
parking here.
Right.
And
There's
this
a
is
little-
like, this is the front, just so I'm
Correct.
correcting myself, right? This is like the front porch area
Correct.
here.
Right. There's
and
a
then-
driveway over here that comes down this way.
Okay. I guess I'm not really envisioning that.
Yeah, there's a little driveway that comes to the back.
Okay. So you're saying that you're going to have a small stage, or is it not necessarily going to be on a stage?
They're gonna have a little
They're
stage.
going to have a small
low
stage, and that's going to be enclosed
Under,
by
under tent.
under
With
the
a back.
tent, with the back being here.
Exactly.
So where are the people gonna listen to the music? Here?
Out there, out in the field. Out in the field.
Oh, right, okay, no, I can picture it now. Okay.
Yeah.
And there's gonna be like vendors and so on out here. We, you know, and we're going through everything that the town's. We've gone to see the health department downstairs to see what we need to go through for the people for what they require.
You wanna see the drum?
Could we explain it one more time, please?
Yeah, in one second, okay.
You know, we're trying to
I'm
cover.
sorry, I shouldn't have interrupted.
We don't want to offend anyone or create any problems. So we're trying to cover all the bases that we need to. So we went to the health department, we saw what we needed, so we're covering porta potties. We're trying to cover everything. Our expenses are kind of high. And then now, what this is leading to is the liquor license and the liability with the liquor. We're covering liability insurance, which is pretty expensive on its own. We're covering that. Now throw in the liquor liability. Oh my goodness, that's like craziness. But anyways,
They don't care what we're spending.
yeah. But anyways, here's the stage, and here's where that goes. And it's going to get dispersed within the people. The houses shouldn't even be affected.
All right, before we move on to this again, now can we just talk for a moment about traffic and/or traffic control? Give me an idea. You know, this is pardon me if I'm characterizing this wrong, but it's kind of a motorcycle rally.
Yes, last year we had
Your
police.
name, sir?
Joel Keefe.
Okay.
Last year we had a police escort out of town and a police escort back into town
For what reason?
for the motorcycle ride.
For what reason?
So that we leave as a group
Oh, okay.
and we return as a group.
Just to make it more formal.
Right, so
Correct.
there's no outlandish traffic problems because
Okay.
we have escorted in and out.
Okay.
So there's no stragglers, there's.
I'm not allowed to present.
Yeah.
Oh, so you needed a police escort. Right now.
Well,
No, it's fine.
so I
get
mean,
it.
as
Okay.
far as the traffic impact, there's not really much of a traffic impact because everybody comes and goes basically at the same time. You have some people that come afterwards when we have the festival and the music, but it's not a great deal of traffic versus normal traffic.
So would you say that, characterize it as the majority of the motorcycles that are going to be coming there are going to be coming in as a large group, and they're all sort of you guys?
Yes.
Your folks, your group, I'm sorry.
Right, they're going to converge there and intersperse, you know, they're going to come in there individually in small groups, and then we leave one time as a large group, and then we return one time as a large group.
Okay. But other people who are going to attend this event will be bringing their cars, presumably.
Correct.
At least some people will.
Some.
Yep.
Okay. Now, do you have like a target idea of how many people are going to be at this event?
It's unknown.
Last year we had about 175.
175.
Yes.
Okay. And how many people are in the chapter of your organization? So how many bikes?
Our club's was 12.
Right now, 12 confirmed.
Yeah.
So there's essentially
It's
12
dues time right now.
on bikes. But presumably, I mean, are other people allowed to ride with you guys?
Oh, yes.
Absolutely,
We
yeah.
had-
Okay, so.
Yeah, we allow anybody to ride with us.
Okay.
That's what I'm
Not an
saying.
exclusive club.
No.
Not at all.
Excuse me, Jason?
Yeah.
Excuse me, guys. Prior to my accident, I was a member of the Mass Chiefs, Mass Blue Knights.
Okay.
It was a police organization, and I used to ride in a lot of these poker rides. They're very well controlled. If anybody acts like a jerk on their motorcycle, they're automatically thrown right out. No matter, I hate to say it, I saw a cop act like a jerk, and he was thrown right out. So it's well under control.
Okay.
So I don't see you guys having a problem.
We had no issues last year.
Yeah.
And, you know, generally, our group, the stone cutters, are the ones kind of flanking everyone, you know, blocking traffic if there's no police available.
Yeah.
You know, and trying to make everybody be safe. And,
Yeah.
And, you know, keep a nice tempo.
Yeah, I understand, because we roll with every type of groups,
Yep.
you know, so there's I don't see any problem whatsoever now. I'm speaking as a bike
Someone who's
rider.
done it. Right.
So when you say that you're going to have a police escort in and out of town, now will that police presence be there during the festival, the event?
Hadn't planned on
We were
it.
hoping we didn't need to do that, because that would really create a big expense.
Right.
Yeah, it wasn't required.
No. The only thing that I'm curious about is, and this partly because it was brought up in the letter from the planning board, it's just, there should be an eye on traffic safety, traffic noise. Now, traffic noise is a bit subjective, I guess, regarding riding motorcycles, which tend to be
Well,
louder.
as long as they've got inspection stickers on them, they're supposed to be below the 80 decibels.
I'll let that one go. Since I'm not involved in public safety. Sure, I understand. And I bring it up because, and also partly because you folks brought it up when we came here, just that the permitting of the Fort Hill Brewery was a bit of a sensitive issue here in town. And, we certainly, we don't, if you're going to be playing, if it's an 80s heavy metal cover band, one would assume it's going to be a fairly loud band, and you're going to be showing up on motorcycles, but those are fairly loud vehicles. So we want to be a little bit sensitive. And even if it wasn't at Fort Hill where it was, there was some a bit of confirmation by some of the neighbors about the whole project. Even if it were somewhere else, I would make the same statement as something to be careful of. Now, I understand that hiring a non-duty police officer would be an expense, and I personally don't feel like it's something that we should impose on you. What I would like to see, would there be some sort of control over how the traffic is flowing in and out?
That's what
So that
That's our job.
That will be your job.
That's our intent, is to
Okay.
put someone in the parking lot.
Just
trying to
put someone there and flag people over as to where they're going,
That's
so
our intent.
they're just scattered
It's not our
all over the
intent,
place.
that's our
It's a
job.
little
That's what we
different, having a lot full of cars instead of a lot full of bikes, because it's pretty easy to willy-nilly sort of park a
We did the
bike
same thing in
anywhere.
Pulaski last year. We had
Yeah.
flagmen, we
Yeah.
had the areas coned off, we,
Right.
made traffic movement off the streets.
Okay.
That is our job. It's not our
We've done
intent.
the bright
That
side
is your
toilet.
job. I'm sorry?
We used to do the bright side toilet.
Okay,
We were in charge of
Okay.
lighting up all those bikes and taking them out.
right.
We already organized.
And
Okay.
cars, 4
All right.
cars, there was everything.
Okay. And as far as the event as a whole, you guys are also in charge of keeping everything under control.
Once again,
I'm mindful of the fact that this is a charitable event
Right.
for a very good cause. So I'm not expecting ultima here. So it's just something that I want to be sure that having a group of motorcycles come down your street is something that maybe surprise neighbors.
We do
and
not
maybe-
want any repercussions to come back on Fort Hill, because they are great people who have been very generous to let us use their place.
Okay.
We actually approached the Rod and Gun. Is that what it's called? East Hampton Rod and Gun.
Yeah, they're
And-
just here.
Yeah, and that would, we were ran into the same thing there. But we'd have a good chance of them being under water too. So we couldn't do it at that time. And actually, when we discovered that in talking to them, we came out, and of course Fort Hill was right there, and we went in and we talked to, I believe it was Kristen and Eric at the time, and they were more than happy to oblige us for the charity, even though they were going through the trouble. They said if things work out, and they would be more than happy to help us. But where else in East Hampton could we do something like this? We could take it to another town and not go through all this. It's just very difficult to make it happen here in East Hampton. We would really love to have it here in East Hampton.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, so Mr. Thurber, you wanted to take a quick peek of my masterwork here, or?
Sure.
Okay. Let me just remind you, please, that this is NTS.
I just have one question.
Not to scale.
So, this is Fort Hill, and this is the driveway going up. This is the building, the main building. This is the parking lot on this side. This is the front parking lot, so presumably this would sort of be the front porch. This is the field to the side, and this is the field to the back, and then you might recall, this here. So the plan by the applicant here is to set up a stage which will be covered here, kitty cornered if you will, put on a small platform which would be a stage covered up so the back of the performers, so that of course any amplification would be directed that way rather than that way. So that's the sort of a sketch of what we're talking about. Okay.
Okay, I just got one question. When you guys had the Pulaski Club, what was it, last year?
Yes.
Okay. When you came into East Hampton, which way did you come in to get to Pulaski?
Loudville Road.
Loudville
We
Road?
came down Loudville, well, we started at the Pulaski, went through town, through Southampton on Farmer Road.
I'm just talking in town.
Yep, we came back through Glendale to, Loudville to Glendale to Maine, through the center, back to the building.
Yeah, so you had no problems?
Yeah, no problems.
Okay. That's fine. That's all I needed.
Yeah, we keep a nice tight group to.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Sure, state your name, please. Sorry.
Bert Thurber, 11 Fort Hill Road. I probably know the land on that map better than anyone else in this room. The question, however, is this, and it's been implicit and explicit in comments made, and since I haven't seen the letter from the planning board, I don't know how explicit or not it may be in that letter. The question is this: when Fort Hill Brewery contracts with an outside group for an event such as this, do all of the rules and restrictions that apply to Fort Hill Brewery automatically apply to whoever, in fact, uses their space? Or when a special one-day permit is issued, a one-day license, does it carry with it its own conditions, which might exceed the conditions placed upon Fort Hill Brewery to begin with? That's not a question for these men, that's a question for the government of East Hampton.
I'd say the easy answer is yes.
But
I mean,
otherwise,
since the one-day license is allowing them to be serving outside of their licensed premises. So they're being allowed to do that by this one-day license because of this.
so they can exceed.
Yes, yes, the answer is yes.
And who would be ultimately the final word in making that decision? You, this board?
This board. Okay.
Needless to say, we might question.
Okay. Okay, so if there's nothing else, anybody else in the public have any questions?
Well, that would be the next one.
I'm sorry?
About the one-day license thing. Would we actually need a one-day license under what they?
Why are you asking me that?
Well, my question for that is, I mean, with, because it's it seems like the bar's already authorized to serve liquor.
Not outside or not?
They're not? No.
No.
Okay.
Are you guys going to be serving alcohol?
No.
You're not.
Nope.
Who's going to be serving the alcohol?
Yeah.
You guys are.
Right, we'll just do what we do for like all small beer fests that we go to, which is just bring out a jockey box, which is a small 3-tap little thing where you can serve kegs, just do pints that way.
Yeah. So there's no reason you guys should even be here. I mean, not being announcing because you're not applying for a license.
Well, their event. It's their event. It's their event.
I'm sorry?
It's their event.
Yeah, but what if it's their event, if they're not serving alcohol? If the brewery's serving the alcohol,
But it goes back to the Uber beer. All their vendors serve their own alcohol under the blanket license. Just like the Uber that you guys just did for Eastworks. It's our event, but each one of those falls underneath
It's
the
actually
Uber
a
event.
little bit different than that.
Yeah, but
I know what you're saying, but as far as I'm concerned, these folks, in order to have the alcohol being served grounds that has a liquor license, and it's going to be, alcohol will be served in an area of those grounds that is not licensed for things to be served, I would say it would not be the brewery that should be going for the license. I say it's the applicant, and that's what they're doing. That sounds correct to me. Now, if you want to table this discussion before we go through this, I'm happy to do that because I don't have the answer to that question.
Because our concern is, on something like that is because,
Well, I mean, if you're talking about liability, again, that is definitely not an area that I can answer that question right here, right now. Now, Ray, if you feel strongly enough that you think maybe, I mean, I would say that since I wasn't part of the application process here, the mere fact that we have an application here that has your name on it, I can only assume, since Nicolette's not here and she normally takes care of the actual application process.
She's the one who told us that.
And then this is the way to do it. Now, the license isn't, the event isn't until May 1st. We meet again a month from now. If Ray felt more comfortable, and I don't have a problem with it, to get a definitive answer for you, and maybe an even better answer for Mr. Thurber, as far as what the licensing board's authority is on the matter, we could certainly table the matter for the first Monday in March. And I mean, if it's
we're
certainly for
prepared,
you, if it's
we're
gonna
prepared
be,
with our liability insurance to do it today, but
well, if it's a matter of, I mean, I understand it's a charitable event, and the less money you're spending on charitable event,
Right.
the more sense the event makes. And
Yeah.
I get that part. And if that's again, it's not May 1st. You've got some time here. I mean, I would say if the event was going to be in March or even April, I would say,
We
well,
are prepared to do this today.
Yeah.
The clarification we may need is, and I think what Mike is worried about, we have Fort Hill who's pouring their product. They have their own liquor liability. So I guess maybe I need the clarification. Are you saying that we have to have liquor liability even though Fort Hill on their property is pouring their product?
Yes, I would say so.
Okay.
Yes.
I think we have to check on that.
Again, I mean, I can't say that I know for sure.
Right.
When you're having that definitely has to be this way as far as the liability is concerned. As far as I'm concerned, whether or not you should be actually be the one applying for the license, I would say definitely you are.
Yeah.
We have a
But
GL
I mean, as far as the
policy.
nuances, as far as what the liability is concerned, and again, to definitively answer that, and again to Mr. Thurber's question, we do have a little bit of time, and we don't want to drag it out any longer than we have to, but we do, have a little bit of opportunity to make sure all the questions are answered, and everyone's getting treated fairly.
Right,
And
but
in
just-
your shoes, I would do that as long as it's going to save me a little bit of money. I mean,
Just
guys
so
aren't
you are
here to make
aware,
it,
we do carry a general liability policy
Yeah.
as an employer, because we have an employer ID number and all
Sure.
that, so we
All
have a...
right.
Yep.
Do you have to have the alcohol there?
well, we don't necessarily have to. It's just out of respect for
courtesy
Fort
thing.
Hill.
Yeah. All right, because I mean,
If they're giving us.
I'm not sure when it was, but the fire department had a thing.
Yeah.
Did they have to get a liquor license?
No, we were inside. We were in the tasting room.
Oh,
which
you
is
were
already covered
inside.
by our liquor liability, our pouring.
Yeah. Okay. There was enough room for everybody to get inside?
Yeah, I mean, we did it through the brewery. So some people were like in the back as well.
They
Not
go in-
outside, just
Yeah.
inside,
Inside the,
back area.
yeah, in the brewery part.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, so what we'll do is we're gonna put this on the agenda for the first Monday in March, which is the first Monday in March. I don't know the exact date right now. What I'll do is in the next day or so is I'll have a conversation with Nicolette, our clerk, and just let her know what transpired here. Give her the heads up that we just want to have a little further discussion about youth votes and Mr. Thurber's.
Yeah, and if, I mean, we don't want to upset Mr. Thurber either. So
Oh, no, I
if-
understand.
If,
No, that's fine.
you know, if we need to
Kristen, would
relocate, we'd
you
like to
object
do
if
that.
they
ahead of
had
time.
that this year? That,
Without our pouring, without us pouring.
no, I'm just saying, if
That's
they
our-
could
that's
use
a copy of our-
inside your building.
Oh, that is.
That's a copy of our
I'm
general
sorry.
liability. He can,
Yeah,
if he needs it.
it's something we could look at. I mean, if
We
we
have lots of
had
copies of
just
that.
the alcohol inside up front.
No, I was just curious.
Okay.
I was wondering how the fire department did theirs.
Yeah, it was a lot. I mean, it was a lot smaller.
Yeah, that'd be hard.
And it was
It was
all
a lot
inside.
smaller.
Yeah.
So you couldn't do something on the porch.
We're not actually, yeah.
That doesn't cover, the footprint doesn't cover
No.
that part.
But I mean, I wouldn't completely rule out, I guess people could come around and get their beer up front. I don't know.
Yeah, just questions.
Okay, so that is, first Monday is 7th of March.
March 7th.
So we will reconvene this matter on March 7th and put you on for 5:15. But in the meantime, of course, please contact Nicolette and I will as well, and we'll make sure everything gets matched up. Okay?
Perfect.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Take care.
Thank you for your time.
Yes, thank you.
Take care. Take care.
Kristen Delancey, and what's your role over at Fort Hill?
Take care.
I'm our marketing assistant.
You're the marketing assistant. Okay.
I wish you luck.
Thank you. You don't want to intrude, I understand the concerns right there, but.
And Kristen, imagine.
You got a quick-
It's not.
Sure.
We're
No,
done,
no, no,
right?
I know, you have what?
Okay.
House is that?
Well, we do have minutes that we can just.
Oh, yeah.
approve.
I read them already.
Liar.
You guys did not adjourn, right? Did you guys adjourn?
So, no, not yet.
You know, as I read my Hampshire Gazette, which I don't do every day, as I read it, first of all,
Ray, don't run away.
I'm not, I just want to talk to Chris. Nothing to do with licensing board or anything whatsoever.
Okay, don't
I was
forget, Ray,
gonna
we're
stop
still,
down your
Ray, we're
place
still,
anyway.
Sure.
we're
I'm with the
still
Shrine.
recording, right?
Okay, well, actually, I'm in the clown unit.
Okay. Cool.
And we're looking for
You don't say.
sponsors for our program.
Okay.
And I was thinking of coming down
Yeah.
and seeing if you guys wanted to.
Yeah, definitely. It's something I would have to check with my boss, Eric, on.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, if you came down, I don't know if you heard me while we were open.
Kristen, K-R-I-S.
You're welcome. Yeah, we'd be more than happy to talk to you about it.
Yeah. I don't know what a good time would.
Yeah,
You
right.
could come during our open hours, or we're there every day, like 9 to 5, pretty much.
Oh, 9 to 5, okay.
Yeah, we're there all
Yeah,
day.
we're trying to find sponsors
Okay, sure,
to
yeah, come
put
on.
into the, for the search.
Okay, sure. Sounds
Yeah.
good. All
And
right.
I might even make you a balloon.
Oh my goodness! Wow. Something to look forward to.
Yeah. I make big mustaches,
Oh.
so I even use a green,
I would
the
love
yellow one, so it'll match your hair.
Perfect. Sounds great. All right.
Okay, 9 to 5?
9 to 5. We're there. Yeah.
Okay, nice.
We'll be out tomorrow at a meeting around
Huh?
10. I'll be out tomorrow at a meeting around 10. But aside from that, yeah.
Okay. All right, so you won't be there tomorrow?
I'll be there in the afternoon.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right,
Thank
thanks.
you.
Okay. Did you guys adjourn?
No, we have not.
I was gonna say.
Okay, Ray, we have the minutes for January 5th. said that you already reviewed them.
Yeah, I read them.
Well, so I'd like to make a motion to approve the minutes for January 5th.
I make a motion, we,
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
So it is 6:20. It's enough. Motion to adjourn the meeting.
I make a motion,
Second,
we
all
adjourn
in
it.
favor? Good.
All right. Okay. Actually, Jason, I just have a, yeah.